we thought we will start the session. So Debbie, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience and for allowing me to present the SCI and SCI-HE. And thank you so much, Yes Education, for this opportunity as well. A brief about me. I am Debbie Aquino. I'm the marketing manager of Southern Cross Education Institute at Southern Cross Education Institute Higher Education. I represent two colleges. You can see two logos in front of you. One for the VET school, which is Southern Cross Education Institute, and we have also Southern Cross Education Institute Higher Education for our higher education. Now, I was in Jakarta, I know in Bali 2 years ago to present the programs that we have. And I'm very much interested to know also that there are already a change of the mind shift in terms of what programs would Indonesian students would want to study abroad. Okay, so the programs that we offer are most in line with with the community and health services courses. Okay, so we have a very good industry outcomes. Most of the students that we have would have their job after they completed the program. So it is industry ready certificates and diploma. We also have programs that we deliver in Melbourne and in Adelaide. I am based in Adelaide. And the programs that we have for SCI is also, they are able to also progress to higher education with Southern Cross Education Institute Higher Education, which offers real placements and professional accreditation as well. Now, our classes are small compared to universities and other schools. So the maximum student numbers we have in class is just 30 for VET, and for higher education, roughly around 50 students as well, because we have bigger classrooms. The courses that we offer in VET are the following. We do have Certificate 3 in Individual Support. We have Certificate 3 in Early Child Education. We have Diploma of Early Child Education and Care. We have Certificate 3 in Pathology Collection. We have Diploma of Nursing and Diploma of Community Services. On the other hand, we have courses in higher education, such as the Bachelor of Human and Community Services. We also have graduate diploma in early childhood education. We have the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and the Masters of Social Work qualifying. Now, all of our program in higher education is industry accredited. So it's accredited by CWA, Community Work Australia, by ACECQA, and the AASW. Now, also, I just want to go to our website and tell you that for last month, or yeah, last week, we've got approved by VIT for our Masters of Teaching Early Childhood and Primary. So this is a very big milestone for us because we are the only private provider who've got accreditation from the Victorian Institute of Teaching. Okay, I know there are other colleges who offer the Masters of Teaching Early Childhood, but they don't have the primary and they are accredited by ICECQA. But for us, we have the VIT accreditation as well. I will be discussing about that more later on my presentation. Now, intakes and scholarship. We do have 4 intakes in a year for VET. So that's February, April, July, September, and November. And for higher education, we have 3 intakes a year, March, October, and July. Okay, now our admission process is very much straightforward. Your application will have to be sent to YES, and then we will have to assess the application. Normally, the turnaround time for application would be around 48 hours to 72 working hours. Okay, scholarship would range from 20 to 30% from the indicative fee. Where do our students come from? Our students come from the Philippines. We have students from India. I'll just make my slide bigger. Okay, we have students from India, Colombia, Nepal, Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and so many more. Okay, now you see here that there is a distinct number coming from the Philippines because we have had our market, we have had our presence in the Philippines for the past 10 years. So it has, our presence has been continuous, then we have a stronghold for the Philippine market. Okay, for VET. So currently we have around 1,200 students for VET, and majority, 40% of our students are coming from the Philippines, followed by the other nationalities. For the higher education, on the other hand, we have mostly our students coming from India, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and a growing number from Indonesia. Now, allow me to present pathways to higher education because earlier I have mentioned that we have pathways. So if a student completes a Certificate 3 in early childhood education, they can continue with a diploma of early child education, and should they wish to progress to a higher education, they can apply for advanced standing or course credit. Then it's up to them if they want to apply for the postgraduate visa, they can do so. There are also students who opt to do the graduate diploma of early childhood education. Now, packaging the program would depend on the agents. Like we also discuss closely on the risk involved, like the high chance of getting the visa approved as well. So right now we do allow packages, but again, we have to discuss this depending on the individual case. We do also have pathways, Certificate 3 in individual support leading to Diploma of Community Services, and they can progress to a Bachelor of Human and Community Services should they wish to have a bachelor's degree. Now, students can get course credit if they go from the Diploma of Community Services to the Bachelor of Human and Community Services. So right now, we are reviewing our curriculum. So the 2.5 years here, we are reviewing it at the moment. So it is not yet final because we haven't had the updates from our compliance team just yet. But if you want a package, Diploma of Community Services at the moment, plus the Bachelor of Human and Community Services, student will get 5 years in total duration. Okay, so another package or another package and pathway that we can offer is Certificate 3 individual support leading to Diploma of Community Services. Certificate 4 in disability at the moment onshore is not very much popular. So we are not offering this course at the moment. So I would suggest for our partners and the agents of Yes Education to disregard this Certificate 4 in disability in the package. Student can straight away go from Certificate 3 individual support to Diploma of Community Services. Okay, and then if they want to progress to a higher education, they can definitely apply for the Bachelor of Human and Community Services with course credit. Now, entry requirement. Student for the VET course will need to have 6.0 in IELTS or equivalent, and majority of our diploma courses would require students to have at least year 12. For students who only completed year 11, they can study pathology collection or Certificate 3 in individual support, except the Certificate 3 in early childhood education, because that requires year 12 at least, completion of year 12. For the higher education, on the other hand, we would require a student to have year 12 completion or a VET diploma, or if they have done a bachelor's already onshore, they can shift or change to our bachelor program. Now, same thing, student will have to apply through Yes Education as well. Okay. practical learning and job-ready skills. Now, these are key statistics that reflects our students' success after graduation. 90% of our students have been employed after completion of the course within the 6 months, and we have 85% student satisfaction rate. Now, all of the programs that we offer includes placements there. So it's very critical that student is able to meet all the academic requirements, and then we can allow them to join in the placements. Okay, now earlier I have mentioned about the packages. So we can package them, diploma and bachelor COEs. And we can also package early childhood, certificate 3 and the bachelor's as well. And we can also package diploma of nursing and the Bachelor of Human and Community Services as well. Okay, now initial payment for COE. For vet, we are asking roughly about 1,800. This is minimum to 3,300. Some of the partners would request a higher deposit. That's fine. You just let us know. But this is the minimum amount that we ask. Okay, and then for the vet course, it's followed by a monthly payment plan as well. For the higher education, the minimum amount that we ask is 3,300. Okay, and then they will have to settle their semester fee when they will be commencing the program. Now, if they have financial difficulties, what we can do, whatever balance that they have in the first semester, we can divide it into two. So let's say they are left of 10,000 balance. So they pay 5,000 during orientation and then 5,000 after a month. Okay, now allow me to discuss also the Masters of Teaching as I have mentioned earlier. So for the Masters of Teaching, this is a very, very new course that we offer, and we will be offering this for the September intake. Okay, now entry requirements for this course is a bit high. We need to have 7.5 overall, speaking 8, listening 8, reading 7, and writing 7.0. Okay, and the peers and PTE, we can also accept PTE, TOEFL, and Cambridge as well. Now, what we are specifically looking at is the bachelor's equivalent. Now, many of the bachelor's degree have English subjects, right? English or mathematics subject or science subject. We will have to count that subject at least 8, so student is eligible to do the Masters of Teaching Early Childhood and Primary. Okay, so what is the difference of Masters of Teaching in Early Childhood and Masters of Teaching Early Childhood and Primary? Now, this is the difference. So, as you can see here, okay, this is from birth to 12 years across early childhood setting. However, for the Masters of Early Childhood Education, this is just birth to 5 years old. This is the reason why we have to get the VIT accreditation. So it took us a while to get this accreditation done. And we have been approved by CRICOS and PEXA for 2 years ago, but it's just now that we are delivering the course because we need to get the accreditation from the VIT. Okay, so graduates of the Masters of Teaching are eligible to work in early childhood as an early childhood teachers in long daycare center, kindergartens, preschool. They can work also as a primary teacher in foundation year up to year 6, government, Catholic school, private schools. They can work as a specialist as well in literacy, numeracy, and inclusive education too. So I hope that if you have students who are intending to study the Masters of Teaching, we are already ready to accept the applications. So similar to the other programs that we have, which the minimum initial payment for COE is 3,300, we will also be applying this 3,300 with the Masters of Teaching. Now, another question that we are getting is, if the student cannot meet the English requirement yet, because it's 7.5, it's quite high. Can the student package it with the graduate diploma in early childhood education first? Okay, let me just click first the graduate diploma in early childhood education. Okay, while waiting for that, the answer is yes, we can package. So the graduate diploma in early childhood education is just 1 year in duration. And then the Masters of Teaching is 2 years. Now, our graduate in early childhood education is focused in 0 to 5 years old. And I have mentioned earlier, Masters of Teaching is 0 to 12 years old, right? So we are not able to give 1 year course credit. What will happen is student will get 1 year for the graduate diploma in early childhood education plus 2 years of the Masters of Teaching early childhood and primary. Right now, we are still doing our curriculum mapping, and what I was told is student can get minimum of 2 units of credit transfer from the graduate diploma in early child education to the Masters of Teaching. So give us time. We are pushing for more credits, so student will not be studying the lengthy 3 years in total. Okay? That's about it for my presentation for the for our higher education and for our VET program. Thank you so much for your time and for your listening. I'm open to question.
Thank you, Debbie, for the updates. So if anyone have any questions, again, feel free to put it in the chat box or Q&A box. Or if you want to ask directly, you can use the raise hand features, and then you can ask the questions directly. Okay, so I think I will start, Debbie. So for this Master of Teaching Early Childhood and Primary, so can I also check, so do you still also have the Master of Teaching Early Childhood Education? Or then this is just the one?
This is just the one. So we have only Masters of Teaching, early childhood and primary at the moment.
Yep.
In Cricos and in Texa, you can see there we are also approved to deliver the Masters of Teaching secondary as well. However, we are waiting for the VIT accreditation. So in few months, we will get that. So we are targeting to get it before the end of the year.
Yep. Let's see. Also, for this Master of Teaching, so basically students can come from various bachelor's degree, right? So they don't have to be from the Bachelor of Education or any
No. So
other area.
yeah, so it can be from non-cognate background, compared to the Masters of Social Work, wherein the Masters of Social Work is quite strict, right? Student will need to have a behavioral science background. So this course does not really require that strictness. However, we look into their curriculum if they have subjects in English, science, or mathematics, which we all do. Like communication in workplace, that is already English, right? We have algebra also, that is already mathematics. We have those kinds of subjects. So even if non-cognate background, that's fine, but we'll have to look into their academic transcripts.
Okay. I think there's one question in the Q&A box. So question is, so total for those who are going for Master of Teaching, and then I think package with the graduate diploma. So in total will be 3 years, yeah?
At the moment, yes. So we're really trying our best to push the compliance team to give maximum unit course credit. But they are also looking into the curriculum, since this course, Masters of Teaching, is 0 to 12 years old, and early childhood is just 0 to 5. So there are only very few subjects that will be related to this. So just just to give you a better understanding, if you look at the subject offerings here, foundations of learning, birth to 12 years old, birth to 8 years old, there is very little that we can do for 0 to 5 years old. That's why we're having trouble of pushing so much to compliance to give us more credit. But it's actually a win-win for the student if they finish both graduate diploma in early childhood education and the Masters of Social Work as well.
But if they
Masters of Teaching, sorry, Masters of Teaching in early childhood and primary.
but if they apply for the package, then it will be in one COE, right? So it's not gonna be two COEs.
It's gonna be 2
Two COEs,
COEs,
okay.
graduate diploma, 2 COEs.
Okay, any other questions, everyone? Ada lagi yang mau bertanya? What about PACS? Because for this one, I mean, if they don't meet the English requirement for the Master of Teaching, of course they can package with the graduate diploma. But is it also possible to package with English, ELICOS?
So graduate diploma's language requirement is 7.0 overall, writing 6.5 with no band score below 6.0. Now, what I know is there are ELICOS or EAP, which is the exit level is 7.0, which is fine, right? As long as it's 7.0 exit level, then we can do with a graduate diploma in early childhood education. That's okay to package.
Okay, yep. Okay, so there's another questions. So does anyone from grade 11 can direct apply to ACSE?
Does anyone can?
So anyone from grade 11 can direct apply.
Grade 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Grade 11, we can only allow for Certificate 3 in pathology collection, Certificate 3 in individual support. Now, these courses we can package with another diploma. So, let's say pathology collection is 32 weeks, that is 8 months, plus the diploma of nursing, which is 85 weeks. So, in total, that will be around 3 years more than. So yes, I would say this course or Certificate 3 individual support package with the Diploma of Community Services. Now, there was a question before if we can do Certificate 3, which is 36 weeks individual support, and then Diploma of Community Services, which is 2 years, and then bachelor's. I said I don't think so because that's gonna be very long. So either you can do diploma and the bachelor's. So diploma would require only 6.0 overall.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if their speaking is 4.5, we don't care. Okay, as long as the overall score is 6.0.
So I think hopefully that answers the question from Elson. If you have any further questions, feel free to drop them again in the chat box or Q&A box. Any other questions from everyone? Yeah, I think early childhood educations or early childhood and primary is quite I think getting popular now in
Very
Indonesia.
promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I think it's quite promising for the after study opportunities. So I think if you have any students interested to study early childhood, then you may offer them to consider SEI. And I think as usual, I think later on, if you have any students who wants to maybe discuss further about the study options or want to know more about the Master of Teaching courses, then you can let us know from at AS Education, and maybe we can arrange a session as well with Debbie, so that
Yeah.
Debbie can also talk to the students directly and then explain about the Master of Teaching. So feel free to let us know, then we can arrange the session as well for you and your students. Okay, let me double check. Any other questions, everyone? If not, then as usual, you can always reach out to any of our team members at Yes Educations. We got Febri, Farid, Reta, and myself as well for Australia destination. So feel free to reach one of us if you have any questions, specifically as well. If you have any inquiries for SEI, do let us know. And as I mentioned, we can arrange any session as well for you and your students. Okay, so I think if there are no more questions, we will finish the session. I think so. Again, thank you so much, Debbie, for joining
Thank you
us.
so much. And apologies for the delay as well,
Yeah,
everyone. And Franklin and Febri, apology.
no problem, Doi. And also, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Our
you.
college and partners for joining the session today. I hope to see you in the next webinar session. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Bye.